Welcome back. Today we are going to talk about how Zero Trust access works. Let's get started. An employee opens a company application and requests access. They have the correct password, and they are already connected to the corporate network. Should that make them trusted? In a Zero Trust model, the answer is no. The request still has to prove that it is safe. Traditional security often placed a large amount of trust inside the network perimeter. Zero Trust changes the focus. Network location alone does not earn access. Every request is evaluated using the identity, device, context, requested resource, and current risk. The first question is, who is making the request? The identity provider verifies the account, password, or passkey, and multi-factor authentication. It can also examine recent sign-ins, unusual behavior, and whether the account may be compromised. A valid credential is important, but it is only one signal. Next, the system checks the device. Is it managed by the company? Is storage encrypted? Are security updates installed? Is endpoint protection running? Has the device shown signs of malware? The person may be legitimate, but a compromised laptop can still make the request dangerous. The decision also considers context. Where is the request coming from? Is the location normal? What network is being used? What time is it? Is the behavior consistent with the user's normal pattern? And how sensitive is the application or data being requested? Access to a public knowledge page should not require the same assurance as access to patient payroll or financial records. These signals flow into a policy engine. The engine compares the request with organizational rules and current risk. It may deny access, require stronger authentication, permit read-only access, or approve a limited session. The decision is specific to this user, this device, this resource, and this moment. A policy enforcement point applies the decision between the requester and the resource. The user receives only the access required for the task. They are not trusted with the entire network just because one application approved them. Segmentation and resource level controls limit where the session can go. Access is not permanently trusted after approval. Zero Trust continues observing the session. If the device becomes unhealthy, the user's behavior changes, a token appears in an unexpected location, or the risk level increases, the system can request authentication again, reduce permissions, or terminate the session. This is why Zero Trust helps contain attacks. A stolen password or compromised device does not automatically unlock everything. Each resource requires its own policy decision, and suspicious activity can be stopped before the attacker moves deeper into the environment. Verify identity, verify the device, evaluate context, enforce least privilege, monitor continuously. Zero Trust does not mean trust nobody. It means never grant trust without evidence. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.